Hello dear friends, once again I am here to solve your problems. So we are discussing about this total model questions paper which has been given to you for the subject finite element analysis and simulation techniques. Now we are going with these situations that we have to face these multiple choice questions. So yesterday in our previous lecture we have decided discuss about the many things like this introduction to finite element analysis and all. So now remaining questions we will see now. So we were at this 21st question, and it is showing that if the n1, n2 and n3 denote the shape functions on a 3 node quadratic element, then n1 plus n2 plus n3 is equal to 0. Is it correct or false? So actually we know that the sum of shape functions, that is all three shape function, is always equal to 1. So it is not a true statement, it is a false statement. So the answer is B. Here next question is, which one is the essential boundary condition? So we know that the essential or primary boundary conditions are displacement. Okay, so here question answer is C. So here next question is similar over here. Which one is not essential boundary condition? So we know that bending moment is not a essential boundary condition. The other boundary conditions are given, that is displacement, slope. These are what the essential boundary conditions, but bending moment is not a boundary condition, or what we can say the essential boundary conditions, because there are two types of boundary conditions are available. For one is your essential or primary boundary condition, and second is secondary or natural boundary conditions. Okay, then the structure made up of several bars riveted or welded together, it is called as. So here a structure, that means, and which it is having 0 degree of freedom, and the linkages having 0 degree of freedom, and it is made up of several bars riveted or welded together. So it is welded, that means it is not having any type of degree of freedoms, and that structure is called as truss element. Okay, truss elements. Then next question is, which is or are the phase or phases of finite element method? So we know that there are three phases of finite element method, that is pre-processing, processing or solution, and post processing. So these all three answers are correct. So the correct answer is all of the above. Next question, which is the primary variable in FEM structural analysis? So we always find the displacement, or we are having displacement at the end, or what you can say the primary variable as a displacement in our FEM structural analysis, because we find displacement at the end of the structural analysis, that is u, we can denote it as a u. Okay, so force, stress and strain are also we can find, but here we are having this displacement as a primary function or primary variable in FEM analysis, in structural analysis, because many times we find the maximum displacement or deflection of any beam or any structural element, so that we can find the structural ability, okay, or strength of this component. Then next we can say the displacement vector u is represented by. So how can we know that it is represented, how it can be represented? So we know that a displacement vector is vertical vector which is including the number of nodal displacements, okay, that is u1 and u2. but here we are having many answers, but the correct answer is A, because it is having u1 and u2, and the T indicates the transpose of this vector. So, it is not having a horizontal vector, it is a vertical vector, and it includes the u1 and u2. So, that answer is A. Then we can see which of the following is not a method of calculation of stiffness matrix. So, we know that there are three methods generally used for calculation of stiffness matrix in FEM. First is minimum potential energy principle, then Galenkin's principle or Galenkin's method, then weighted residual method. Others are also available, but these three we generally use, and inverse matrix method is not the useful method for calculation of stiffness matrix. So, the answer is D, that is inverse matrix method. Then next question is, continuum is divided into finite element or finite segments, it is called as. So, we know that a finite element method includes the divisions or division of the component or continuum in number of segments or number of finite elements, and solving for it, it is called as the finite element method, and the segments is called as element. So, answer is A. So, node are what? The boundaries or end of the elements or edges of the element, it is called as the nodes. So, next question is, in one dimensional the stress and strain relations is given by. So, general we know that the relation between stress and strain. So, stress is equal to E into strain, that is E is what? Modulus of elasticity. So, we know that modulus of elasticity is the ratio of stress and strain. So, stress upon stress strain is equal to E. So, that if we recalculate it, then sigma that is stress is equal to E into epsilon, that is strain. Then next question is, a plane truss element has a stiffness matrix of order. So, we know that a plane truss element, okay, a single truss element is having the 4 by 4 order of this stiffness matrix, because we know that we already have seen the stiffness matrix for truss element. So, answer is B. The next question we are having here, it is what are the number of nodes in 3-dimensional brick element. Obviously, we know that the brick elements is having 8 nodes obviously. So, answer is D. Then next question is, the minimum number of dimensions to define the position of a point in space. The minimum number of dimensions to define the position of a point in space. Okay. So, these are what we can say, there are 3 number of dimensions required or coordinates required for defining any point in space x, y and z. So, answer is 3, that is C. Then next question is, each node of a one dimensional element has dash 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 of degree of freedoms. So, we should fill this blank over here. So, we know that there are 2 dimensional two degree of freedom for one dimensional beam element. Okay. So, number of degree of freedom per node in triangular or thermal or elements is or are. So, number of degree of freedom per node. Okay. So, per node for any triangular thermal element is 3. Then conductance matrix is equivalent of stiffness matrix in which analysis. So, we know that in thermal analysis the conductance matrix is present. So, here undoubtedly it is the answer C. The next question we are having here, that is a conductance matrix. So, I think it is a similar question which has came over here, a repeated question. Then next question is the finite element method formulation of the problem results in system of. So, any finite element method formulation of problem can be result in the algebraic equations, because at the solution phase we solve these algebraic equations. So, the answer is undoubtedly A. Then next question is FEM gives accurate representation of. So, as we know that FEM is an approximation method, but here we are seeing it gives accurate representation of what we know, that complex geometries. Okay. So, next finite element method is also called as, so obviously finite element analysis. So, it is the second name of finite element method. So, here question is for truss analysis which type of element are used. So, for truss element obviously we know that the bar element is used, because only bar element we use for this truss analysis. So, answer is B. Then next is the number of nodes for one dimensional element are. So, already we have seen that is 2 number of nodes are there, and 2 degree of freedom are also present for this one dimensional beam element. Okay. Then next is what, for one dimensional bar element, if structure is having 3 nodes, then the stiffness matrix name is having an order of, if we are having the one dimensional element and having 3 nodes, one dimensional bar element having 3 nodes, then the stiffness matrix formed is having an order of obviously 3 by 3, because it is a one dimensional element, and we can have the order of stiffness matrix is equal to number of nodes available. Okay. If it is 2 dimensional analysis, then it will be multiplied by 2. Okay. So, if it is a 2 dimensional element, then it would be 3 into 2, that is 3 nodes into 2, that is equal to 6 by 6, but here it is one dimensional. So, that answer is B, equal to 3 by 3. The next question we are having, one dimensional element among following is. So, इसमें से वन डायमेंशनल एलिमेंट कौन सा है हमको पहचानना है. सो हम लोग देख सकते हैं कि ट्रस एलिमेंट इज ऑल्सो वन डायमेंशनल एलिमेंट, बार एलिमेंट इज वन डायमेंशनल एलिमेंट, then beam element it is also one dimensional element. So, the option C having both A and B is correct answer over here. Then 2 dimensional element is, here we can say 2 dimensional element, this triangular element, because we know that truss element, bar element, beam element are one dimensional element. So, triangular element is the 2 dimensional element. Okay. Then next one is 3 dimensional element, we have to recognize over here. See triangular element, it is a 2 dimensional element. Then tetrahedral elements is correct answer. Again we are having the hexahedral element, also it is the 3 dimensional element. So, next question is what are the methods which are generally associated with the finite element analysis. So, we know that force method and displacement or stiffness method both are used or both are associated with the finite element analysis. So, undoubtedly the answer is C. Analysis and evaluation of solution result is referred to as. So, analysis and evaluation of the solution. So, we know that after solution there is a phase that is called as the post processing, in which we find the traces and we can find the graphs of the induced stresses, and we can have these contour plots. Okay, these all the things we can find with the help of this post processing, or the finishing part. What we can say for this finite element analysis is post processing. So, that the answer is B. So, now next question we have, application of boundary conditions is associated with which of the following process of FEA. So, undoubtedly we are having this pre-processing for application of boundary conditions, because in pre-processing we prepare the object for solution, and in that we apply the geometries, nodal nodes, and what we can say, we mesh the object in pre-processing. Then also we can apply the boundary conditions, forces, or everything that we apply for this, and then the answer is what we can say. Obviously it is the answer A, pre-processing. Then next one is, application of material properties is associated with which of the following process of FEA. Obviously it is also A, pre-processing, because we apply the materials in pre-processing. In solution phase we just solve the equations, and then in post processing we find the solution, we find different kind of numerical values in that, or we can have the graphs in post processing. Then next question is, solution is associated with which of the following process of FEA. So, solution, that means the second name of solution is processing. So, that is answer. Solution is associated with which of the following process of FEA. So, it is processing. The answer given over here is wrong. So, it is processing, that is answer D is correct. Okay, correct it. Then next question is, axes which are established in an element are called. The axes which are established in an element are called as local axis. Okay, because these are established in element locally, so that it is called as local axis. And next question is, what are the types of loading acting on the structure. So, we know that all these options are correct, because body force, traction force, or point load we can apply on these structures. Then question is saying that the points in the entire structure are defined using the coordinate system, it is known as. So, if we consider entire system for coordinates, giving coordinates, then it is obviously not local, it is a global coordinate system. So, answer is A. The next question is, the boundary conditions which are in the differential form of field variables are called as, or are known as. These are secondary boundary conditions or natural boundary conditions, because we know that there are two types of boundary conditions, primary or essential boundary conditions, and then next one is secondary boundary conditions. So, already we have seen this primary and secondary boundary conditions. Then next question is, the boundary condition which in terms of field variable is called as. The boundary condition in terms of field variable is known as? So, what would be the answer? That is primary boundary conditions, or the second name of primary boundary condition is essential boundary condition. So, the answer of this question is both B and C. So, next question is, in weighted residual techniques the method adopted are. So, we know that in weighted residual techniques of this finite element method, we required point collocation method, a least square method, or Galerkin's method. These three methods are used for this weighted residual techniques. So, answer is D, all of the above. The next question is, the number of shape function will be equal to number of what? So, number of node of the elements. So, for each node there will be a shape function. So, how much are the nodes will equal to the number of shape functions. Okay. So, the answer is obviously A. The next question is, the two dimensional elements are called as. So, what is two dimensional? Disymmetric, simply we can say. So, these are disymmetric elements. Then last question is, in FEA to evaluate the strain displacement matrix we use, okay, for strain displacement matrix we use this Jacobian method. Okay. So, in stress strain analysis of the curve, we know that Jacobian method is used for this. So, here we will stop for this discussion of this question paper, and obviously we know that as much practice we can do, we will succeed in the more percentage in our examination. Okay. So, do more practice and success will be in your hand. Okay. Thank you very much and all the best to all the students.